Medical disclaimer. The information presented in this channel is for educational purposes only. It is not intended as medical diagnostic or prescribing procedures.
Butter is a healthy food. The best fat for human health. Butter has been a staple in many cultures for thousands of years, with no evidence of adverse health effects. Research points to the fact that butter has both short-term and long-term positive effects. A Swedish study showed that blood fat levels are lower after a meal with butter compared to a meal with olive oil, canola, or flax oil. Butter leads to lower blood fats than olive oil, according to a study in Science Daily, dated February 2010, entitled, "Butter Leads to Lower Blood Fats Than Olive Oil, Study Finds." The study explained that 20% of the fat in butter consists of short-chain and medium-chain fatty acids that are immediately used for energy without contributing to the level of fat in the blood. The other oils only contain long-chain fatty acids that have to be processed by the body. Nutrients in butter. Woolsen factor, also called anti-stiffness factor, a substance known to prevent arthritis and joint stiffness. CLA, conjugated linoleic acid anti-cancer, helps build muscle. Vitamin D. Vitamin A in the most absorbable form. Lauric acid. Lecithin, necessary for nerve health. Vitamin E. Vitamin K2. Arachidonic acid, proper functioning of the brain. Minerals, selenium, manganese, chromium, zinc, and iodine in a highly absorbable form. Glycosphingolipids, fatty acids that make up the lipid barrier that protects the skin and also protects against gastrointestinal infections. Butter and C15. C15 or pentadecanoic acid is the first essential fatty acid to be discovered since the omegas over 90 years ago. Is a molecule found in certain foods, including butter, whole-fat dairy, fish, beef and lamb. It's also present in smaller amounts in some plants, but roughly 1/10 the amount found in a serving of butter. Health benefits of C15. It is a unique odd-chain saturated fat. Studies have recently linked C15 to better long-term health, including better heart, metabolic, immune and liver health. C15 works by improving the stability of our cellular membranes, making them resilient against age-related breakdown and by boosting mitochondrial function. Studies also show that C15 can repair mitochondria to effectively increase cellular energy or ATP production by 350% and decrease harmful reactive oxygen species by 45%. C15 fatty acid fortifies cell membranes, supports healthy aging, and shields against chronic diseases. A very recent study published in the journal Metabolites relates to the evidence of C15 deficiency as factor in aging-associated diseases. Not all butters are created equal. As with everything else, quality is extremely important in selecting the type of butter to consume. Butter produced by animals that are fed soya, corn and grains does not contain C15, but is a butter with an elevated percentage of omega-6 fats that should be avoided. A study published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry presents the results of analysis of butter from many parts of the world. The authors comments. We analyzed grass-fed and commercial butters from Australia, Belarus, Canada, China, England, France, Germany, Iceland, India, Israel, Japan, the Netherlands, New Zealand, Russia, and the United States via gas chromatography. Butter from the USA, from Israel, and from Canada demonstrate the highest omega-6 content. They concluded, "This data demonstrates that, yes, butter is still good. But the omega-6 level we see in vegetable oils is slowly creeping into our food system. Why is Canadian butter so much higher in omega-6? There is a direct correlation between omega-6 levels and the amount of oilseed produced in Canada. But it is not bad compared to the other vegetable oil and alternate fats that people eat. I still suggest people eat butter," recommended one of the authors. The only other country with worse butter than Canada is Israel. It is a small country in the middle of a desert. Israel imports its entire animal feed, which is essentially corn, gluten, and other oil feeds. The study also highlights that butter that's grass-fed is very different. Grass-fed butter makers are doing a very good job in keeping these omega-6s down. If we look at other countries' butter, say in Europe, like Dutch butter or French butter, they're able to keep their normal butter at very low ratios of W6. There are several countries that do it, like Belarus as an example. Conclusion: a high-quality butter is from grass-fed animals only, and certified organic. That is the only butter I personally recommend for anyone who wants to improve health by consuming, in moderation, high-quality butter with all of its benefits.